bum bum da 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 bum bum da. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back or to the Roommate's Digest. In today's video, we are going to be setting up my May monthly reading journal spread, and as you can tell, it is going to be featuring a little kitty named Sherman. This is inspired by my own cat, Sherman, who has his little birthday month this month. I think he's actually a Gemini, but I adopted him in May 5 years ago. So I am going to be celebrating by drawing him into my reading journal. So the basic inspo for this is just kind of Sherman with flowers. It sounds really basic and simple, but this cat loves to sniff flowers. He is a flower boy, the original OG cat soft boy. So that is kind of what I flew with in this whole entire spread. This is of course the May title page, so I decided to pick a couple of colors that I thought would look good on flowers, like this kind of like lighter purple, darker purple, a pink of course, and then I tried something different with his fur because he kind of has this like reddish tint because he has a mane. He's part Maine Coon as a cat, so he has like a little bit of a mane and it's kind of red. I tried it with the markers that I had and it did not come out how I thought it was going to come out. So then I just decided to color him like a grayish black color, and that is going to serve as the colors for him throughout the spread this month. Turning the page, we are going to start off the month with my monthly calendar. I do this every month to kind of keep up with all the readathons, read-alongs, buddy reads, important dates and information that I need to keep up with throughout the month. So I always like to put the calendar on the left-hand side and then have a cute little drawing or something, and then list all of the information below the calendar. So here on the left-hand side, I'm just doing the title. Obviously, this is May of 2021. Who can believe that we are that far into the year? I cannot. But I always like to put the little title. And then I'm just filling in with a bunch of flowers because, like I said, my cat loves flowers. Every time he's outside, he's always sniffing a flower. Or if I get a flower bouquet, he's always got his nose in it. He really, really loves them. So I decided to include that in each and every one of these spreads this month. So then moving on, I of course am going to label my calendar with the days in the month. We are, of course, a few days into May. Eventually, one day, guys, I will get this out before the beginning of the month, but until I can get my stuff together, you know, this is just how it's gonna be. And then I'm going to go in with my 3 colors and kind of color in all of these cute little flowers that are surrounding this page. I did realize halfway through using this like dark purple color that it might be a little too dark to actually see the design, but that's okay. We're living and we're learning, guys. We are living and learning. On the left hand side here, I am going to list out all the things I'll be doing throughout the month. And then on the right hand side, you guys know I like to write out my entire TBR with all the books and the authors, and then all the extra books that I may get to this month. Having a checklist like this really just makes my little Virgo heart sing, because not only does it give me a sense of accomplishment, but it just makes me feel good. You know, I love being organized. I love this part. I do have quite a few fantasy titles this month as well. Y'all know I love to read fantasy, but I'm also trying to squeeze in a couple of extra buddy reads this month, as well as a NetGalley read that I'm super excited for, which hopefully I get to and I can talk about in our wrap-up at the end of the month. So the only readathon that we are going to be doing this month is the Peppa Pig readathon. It is hosted by our good friend Rachel and a bunch of other really amazing booktubers. I'm going to link that information down in the description, as well as all these fun read-alongs that we're going to be doing, mainly the Cruel Prince read-along that I am hosting with Nicole Lee from Bonbon Reads. We are basically reading the Cruel Prince trilogy, and we are on the 2nd book this month, so if you guys are interested, you should definitely check out our Discord and join us, because our discussion was so much fun last month. We're doing discussions the last Sunday of every month, and this of course will be our 2nd discussion this month, so I'm really excited for that. And then other than that, I'm just filling in different things via color coordination. Y'all know I love to color coordinate everything, so I am doing a couple of buddy reads where we can only read it between a certain amount of time because people are in school and they're finishing up the semester, as well as the NetGalley pick that I'm going to be reading this month. So I started outlining Sherman in the black, and I got a little scared because I was like, oh, this is such a cute drawing. I don't know if I want to ruin him by coloring him black so you can't even see any of the details. So I kind of just filled the time by putting leaves everywhere, which I like to put in my spreads anyway. And then I sucked it up and said, you know what, we're just gonna do it, guys. We're just gonna do it. We might not be able to see him, but we know that he's there. I think it turned out okay, maybe. Flipping the page. So this spread is my Instagram / YouTube tracker. This is basically just the stats throughout the month. Monique and I like to set goals for ourselves and also have a potential posting schedule, so we can write down the ideas that we have throughout the month and then figure out when we want to post certain things. So this spread is really funny, the kind of like drawing, because Sherman, when he does this thing where he will poke his head out and you can only see like one of his eyeballs, and he'll literally just stare at you from around the corner. So that is what inspired this piece right here. I think these flowers are chrysanthemums. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is the inspo for this pic. He's just kind of like leaning out from an edge and staring, because that's what my cat likes to do. He's a weirdo. So anyway, moving on to the actual spread. So I like to do this every month, as I said, and keep up with what's going on with our social media. This is a good time for me to plug. If you guys aren't following us on Instagram, YouTube, that would be tragic, or TikTok, please feel free to click the links down in the description and follow us. We would love to be friends. We make a lot of great content on all of those social media platforms, so if you're interested, definitely check it out and say, hey, we'd love to hear from you. So as you guys can kind of see, the way that I set up the Instagram and YouTube trackers is I like to put the date at the beginning of the month, so the number of followers or subscribers at the beginning of the month, and then the number at the end of the month, so the last day of the month, the goal that we have for the month, the day that that goal was reached, because I like to think positively that we're always going to get our goal, even though last month we definitely did not on our Instagram, but that's okay. And then, of course, our posting ideas and then the potential dates that we can post those things. On the YouTube side, you'll see that there's the FETU, that's film, edit, thumbnail, and upload. It's just a little checklist for me because I do the YouTube editing for our channel so that I can keep up with what I still need to do for every video. I got this idea from Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages. She also does bullet journal spreads every month. So if you guys are interested, definitely check her out. She's a good friend of mine and I definitely got this idea from her. So let's put credit where credit is due. Flipping the page, I always do my TikTok tracker with a brain dump page because I just like to have a space where I can literally just brain dump anything that I need to potentially do throughout the month, or video ideas that I don't have a space for yet, or anything like that. So I decided to do that here. I think the drawing in this spread is so cute. It is so Sherman. But basically when Sherman was younger, he was adopted at almost a year old-ish. So he wasn't like, I wouldn't say he didn't like humans, but he wasn't used to being held and things like that. And I specifically remember him doing something like this when he was little, like putting his little paws up and being like, no, I don't want kisses. So this spread is so cute to me. I really love it. So anyway, I took a lot of joy out of that, but that is Sherman down there in the bottom left, refusing kisses as he does. And then as far as the flowers go in this one, guys, I don't know what kind of flowers these are. I feel like I've seen them before. I just have no idea what they are, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, and then as far as filling in the TikTok page, it's just going to be the same kind of layout as the Instagram and YouTube trackers. It's just going to have the dates at the beginning, end of the month, our goal, the day that it was reached, and then the posting ideas section. So moving on, this is one of my favorite spreads that I do every month, and I definitely also got this from my friend Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages, but every month I like to do a favorite lines spread. This spread is so much fun to me because I can literally just write down my favorite lines, which is one of the best parts, you know, when you connect with the book that you're reading and you really love a specific line or a speech that somebody gives or something like that. So this is definitely one of my favorite spreads, and it is always my personal goal to fill up the entire spread every month because I just want to connect with the books that much. As you can see, I am doing another drawing of Sherman. He is just in a little bed of flowers, giving me the evil eye because he doesn't want to go inside yet. And this has happened countless times. We used to have a huge backyard where he would run around like a crazy thing. And when the grass grew up high, there were lots of wildflowers. And honestly, I feel like he may have thought he was a jungle cat. Who knows? But that is the inspo for this spread. Okay, turning the page, this is the May wrap-up spread. So this is also another one of my favorite spreads that I do throughout the month just because it gives me a chance to keep up with all of the books that I am reading throughout the month. The little drawing in this one is actually inspired by something that Sherman does as well. He loves to sleep with his legs up in the air, and as you can see by the photo that I have included conveniently, this little drawing is a spitting image. I was afraid when I first drew it that it would look like he was dead, so I had to add the Z's just so you guys knew. You know, he's just sleeping. He's not dead, okay? So moving on to the juice of this page, in the May wrap-up section, I like to write out the title and the author of the book. Then I like to do when, where, how, pages, and a star count. So when is obviously going to be the date. Where is going to be where I got it, like where did I get it? Do I own it? Is it a library hold? Did I borrow it from somebody? How is going to be whether it was a physical, ebook, audio, how did I read it? Then the page number, of course, self-explanatory, and the star count, which is the star rating. You know, how good was this book? Let's talk about it. And that pretty much sums up the May wrap-up. So I started doing this thing 2 weeks ago where I would include the kind of like weeks of the month in like a loose based schedule. I was doing this thing, I know you guys may have noticed, that I open up this bullet journal every video from the back of it. And that's because I did have a regular bullet journal with just all my activities and things like that in the front part of this specific journal, but it just became too much to do 2 entire themes every month. So I decided to kind of put them together. But basically all of that to say that this is going to be the 4 main full weeks in May. And I am going to attempt to do a Dutch door situation. It seemed to really work out for last month's spread, so I wanted to go ahead and try that again. As far as the little drawing goes, I could not have a bullet journal theme with Sherman without, of course, having myself in it. So I just drew a little picture representing me and Sherm, you know? And the more I look at it, the more it looks like we may, you know, be about to attack someone or something, or we're silently judging someone, but I think that really encompasses both of our attitudes and our relationship perfectly. So I like this drawing. I think it came out really, really well. Of course, you can see I'm doing little lavender pieces. The purple, as I said, is a little too dark, but that's okay, guys. You know, as I said too, we're living, we're learning. So I'm just going to fill in the rest of this drawing. And then I did my little Dutch door situation, which I was trying to think of something cute for May. Like last month I did crow business for the weeks in April, and that was a really cool title for the calendar, but I could not think of anything for May. So it's literally just gonna have to be a May schedule. You know, what else can I say? Then with the Dutch door situation that I did here, I did not think this through when I was doing the bottom lavender, but that's okay, you know, whatever, we're living and we're learning, as I said. And then of course I am going to do the days of the week in those 4 weeks in May. I basically do this calendar / schedule in a checklist format, so of course we know that that's what I prefer and that's what I like, and I find it really useful when I have this spread. Okay guys, and that about wraps it up. So let's get to the final flip through. If you like this video, give it a like for me, comment down below if you guys also bullet journal or have any cool bullet journal themes that you've done recently. Definitely subscribe if you would like to support me and Monique on this channel, and turn on that notification bell if you don't want to miss another video from us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.